Think about how you would describe your children. I bet many of you are thinking how smart they are. We all want smart children, don't we? And parents often overestimate how smart their children are. Okay, so what do we do to have smarter children? Do we teach them music? Do we read books to them? Or do we provide them with a better diet? Or is there anything that we can do to actually influence how smart our children become? Well, I'm sure you all have heard of the nature versus nurture debate. The question of whether the environment actually influences children's behavior and development, or whether the development, on the other hand, is universal. So it's genetics and it's the result of the maturation of neurobiological factors. This question has existed for a very long time. And despite the decades of research in this area, it's only a couple of years that the researchers have started paying attention to the fact that what we know about human behavior and development is, in fact, the result of studying less than 2% of the world's population. Some researchers call this sample weird. Western, educated, industrialized, rich and democratic countries. In fact, this mostly includes American undergraduate students. These researchers argue that if we want to make strong theoretical conclusions about the factors that influence development, we need to study it from a wider social and cultural lens. So in 2014 and 2015, I've conducted 4 studies investigating children's cognitive development. In this research, I have included children from contrasting social environments, including children from mountain villages. In research with children, we need games and paradigms and stories. We need to present the child with a cognitive dilemma and ask them some questions. Children's responses to these questions reveal their level of cognitive comprehension. So that's what I have done. The result of my research shows that family, social, and cultural differences influence children's learning. To enhance learning outcomes for children, we need to consider the unique social environment and also to design effective intervention programs for children with lack of sufficient social skills, such as children with autism or children who show aggressive behavior. We need greater knowledge of the factors that influence children's behavior and development. Okay. So we're getting to the end. I'm standing here and I guess some of you are thinking, but we are in Australia. Why should we care about some children in mountain villages the other side of the world? Well, as I just said, understanding cultural diversity is the most powerful way to understand the complex and bi-directional factors that influence children's development and behavior. So, not convinced yet? Well, let's try this. Raise your hands if you were born overseas. Wow! Cultural diversity is a reality in Australia. It is believed that half the population of Australia were born overseas, and 1 out of 5 children in Australian schools speak a language other than English. So if not anywhere else in the world, understanding cultural diversity is relevant to here, to Australia. And therefore, educators and policymakers need to consider this diversity in their decision makings. Thank you.